a lesson on, was it Monday and last night?
Yeah.
So we went back, and I said, "Don't pick one with the dragon." And of course we get that one. And I said, and then last night we got the one. Yeah, we're not doing that, but we're doing and then we get to the frog, and George goes, "Oh, I hate this frog."
Keep practicing.
Yeah, there's no frog today, so it's it's a lot easier class today, but a lot more hold. So we're gonna hold a lot deeper and compose it.
So Mark, we're almost at the end of the month. When are we finishing this then?
Saturday is the last day.
Wow.
Oh.
Man.
Well, we'll have to get together and do like a wine and cheese or something, or like have a social distancing outside and just.
You know what? We have been wanting to do that, but with COVID, it makes it like it's hard.
Yeah, and we need to make sure that it's a warm day, so we can sit outside and just kind of like separate, right?
Yeah.
Just put the cheese in little cups so that nobody will touch them.
Hey, listen, I'm an expert at this because we've had coffee clubs for our seniors, and they all have to be distanced, and we've got a whole process in place now. I know how to do it. I can distance wine and cheese easy.
Yeah. Oh, there's Josh.
He's alive. And he's gone.
All right. Well, let's start. Let's start in Shavasana, and he'll join when he's ready.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask him where he disappeared. Remember last Thursday?
Oh, he was only able to do a half an hour class. So that's yeah.
Okay. All right.
We're in Shavasana, so let's start laying down on our backs. And let's take a deep inhale through our nose. And exhale it all out, let it all go. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale it all out, let it all go. And with every inhale and exhale, allowing your body to begin to settle. Allowing your mind to begin to calm. And taking this opportunity to let the day slow down. And taking time to check in with yourself and notice how you're feeling. Notice how your body's feeling. Scanning from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. And notice if there's anywhere where you're carrying tension. And breathing into those areas. Letting your breath ease anything that might be tense. Letting any tension dissolve. Letting your body settle a little bit more. Taking note of anything that might be a little bit sore. And breathing into those areas. Letting your breath bring a little bit of relief. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. And your mind calm a little bit more. Taking note of any thoughts that might be rising up. Gently acknowledging them. Letting them continue to pass by. Drawing your attention back to your breath. Back to your inhales and your exhales. Take a few moments to set an intention for the practice this evening. Something you wish to receive from the class. And on the next inhale, slowly begin to wiggle your fingers. Gently move your toes. And then on the next inhale, slowly draw those knees into your chest, giving them a gentle squeeze. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards. Circling your knees in one direction. Circling your knees in the opposite direction. Opening your arms up into a T, and gently letting the knees fall to the right side, coming into a twist. Keeping your left shoulder blade on the mat. Adjusting your knees, whether you draw them closer to your chest or you soften that knee bend. Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling. Letting your breath soften those areas. Finding a little bit more rest. Take one more breath in here. One more breath out. On the next inhale, slowly draw those knees back up to center. And then gently letting your knees fall to the left side. Keeping your right shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Adjusting your knees, whether you draw them closer to your chest or you soften that knee bend. Breathing into any sensation that you might be feeling on this side. Letting your breath soften those areas. Finding a little bit more rest. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. On the next inhale, slowly draw those knees back up to center. Opening up to happy baby. Grab the outside of those feet. Open the knees nice and wide. Gently rocking a little bit of forward and backwards. A little bit of side to side. And draw your knees back into your chest. Let them sway from the left to the right. Gently letting your knees fall to the left side or to the right side. Coming into fetal position. For a couple breaths, take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, slowly begin to press your way up and making your way to tabletop position. So stacking our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. So we're going to move into cat-cow, but we're going to add the movement to it. So on the inhale, we're going to drop our belly, pull that chin forward. On the exhale, begin to round your spine and then send your hips down to the right, circling them all the way to the left. Inhale, drop that belly, pull that chin forward. Exhale, round your spine and send your hips to the left. Circle them all the way to the right. Inhale, come back. Maybe you open up those shoulders a little bit more. Exhale, press into your palms, round your spine, send your hips down to the right, circle them all the way to the left. Inhale, maybe your eyes go up slightly higher. Exhale, press into your palms, send your hips down to the left, circle them all the way to the right. One more time on each side. Inhale, open up those shoulders a little bit more. Exhale, press into your palms, round your spine, and circle your hips down from the right all the way to the left. Inhale, maybe your eyes go up slightly higher. Exhale, press into your palms, send those hips down to the left, circle them all the way to the right, very nice. Then coming back to neutral spine. And from here, we're gonna move into puppy pose. So we're gonna keep our hips on top of our knees, and we're gonna begin to walk those hands out. So again, you can always bend the elbows for less intensity. You can walk your hands out further to increase the sensations in those shoulders, in your upper back. Maybe your forehead draws onto the floor. Maybe you draw your chin onto the floor, which will add a little bit more intensity. But breathing into any sensation that you might be feeling. Keeping your breath nice and deep, nice and even. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, can you walk your fingertips out maybe a little bit further, challenging your edge. Allowing those shoulders to relax a little bit more. Keep breathing into any sensation that you might be feeling. Letting your breath bring a little bit of softness to those areas. Take another inhale here. Exhale it all out. Do you think you can walk those fingertips out maybe a little bit further, challenging that edge? Or maybe you've reached your maximum and you just stay. We have a few more breaths here. Nice deep inhale. Exhale it all out. Two more, inhale. Exhale it all out. Last one, a deep inhale. Exhale it all out, very nice. Then slowly begin to walk those hands up, releasing out of this posture and pushing back to child's pose. Keeping those knees close, Bending those elbows, and maybe you draw them to your knees, or maybe you draw your hands to your feet, but allowing your spine to round. And if your forehead doesn't reach the mat, maybe you draw a block underneath your forehead to remove tension from your neck. Allowing your shoulders to soften. Notice the sensations that you're feeling as your body begins to relax a little bit. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then slowly come back to tabletop position and walk your hands out, and we're going to make our way into Sphinx pose. So lowering all the way down onto your stomach, drawing your elbows underneath your shoulders, removing tension from your legs. Allow your eyes to close. Drawing your breath to any sensations that you might be feeling in your spine. Trying to soften those shoulders. Maybe notice if your mind has wandered or drifted away, just drawing your attention back to your breath. Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling. Letting your breath bring softness to those areas. Then take a deep inhale here. And exhale, begin to draw your chin to your chest, stretching out the back of your neck. Take another inhale here. Exhale, can you draw your chin into your chest a little bit more? We'll take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, begin to draw your right ear to your right shoulder. Stretching out the left side of that neck. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, can you draw your ear a little bit closer to your shoulder? We'll take one more breath in here. One more breath out. Then on the next inhale, draw back to center. And then exhale, draw your left ear to your left shoulder. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, can you draw your ear a little bit closer to your shoulder? Take one more breath in here. One more breath out. Then on the next inhale, draw back to center. And then slowly lift that chin up to neutral. Take a full breath in here. Exhale it all out. And so the option is to stay here in Sphinx pose, or maybe move to seal pose. You can turn your hands out to the corners of your mat. Press into the palms of the hands. Opening up this posture. Trying to draw the shoulders down and away from your ears. And if you're feeling a little bit more mobile in your spine, you can always walk those hands up, but keeping those hips on the mats. Keep drawing your shoulders down and away from your ears. Keep breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling. Couple more breaths here. Nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to release down. And drawing your hands together and letting your forehead rest on the top of your hands. Allowing your spine to begin to settle. Your shoulders to soften. And notice how your body feels as it begins to relax and find rest. We'll take a few more breaths here. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Very nice. Then plant those hands underneath the shoulders. Gently make your way back up to tabletop position. And from here, we're going to set up into downward facing dog so we can move into deer pose. So curling those toes under, send your hips, send your knees up and then your hips back. Inhale, float your right leg and then draw that right knee to your right wrist, your right ankle to your left wrist, and then release down onto that right glute, and then bend your left knee. Try to square the shoulders to face forward. Take an inhale, and then exhale, begin to walk your hands out onto your forearms. And you can always adjust that back leg. You can bend it a little bit more or soften it if it's a little bit too intense. Maybe you feel very mobile and you can walk your hands out a little bit further, allowing your chest to sit a little bit more on that right leg. Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling. Can you soften those shoulders? Maybe you slide a block underneath your forehead to remove tension from your neck. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, can you walk your fingertips out a little bit further, challenging your edge. Maybe your upper body draws a little bit closer to that right leg. And notice if you're carrying any tension, maybe in that right ankle, that left ankle. Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling. Acknowledging any thoughts that might be rising up. Letting them continue to pass by. Bringing your attention back to your breath. Back to this posture. Take another deep inhale here. Exhale, do you think you can walk your fingertips out a little bit further, challenging that edge a little bit more. Or maybe you've reached your maximum. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to walk those hands up. And take a deep breath in here. And exhale through the mouth, let it all go. Then take an inhale here. And exhale, begin to walk your hands over to the right. To maybe about 45 degrees. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, begin to walk your hands out onto your forearms. And maybe you're a little bit more mobile and you can walk those hands out a little bit further. And notice where the sensations have changed. Breathing into those areas. Letting your breath bring a little bit of softness. Ease any sensation. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale it all out. Then slowly begin to walk those hands up. And take a deep breath in here. And on the exhale, begin to bring that right foot forward. Bring that left leg forward and move into Shavasana. So resting on your back. Allow your palms to face up. And allow that right leg, that right hip to relax and find rest. Notice the sensations that you feel. Softening those shoulders. We'll take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then slowly draw those knees into your chest. And give them a gentle squeeze. And then gently swaying from the left to the right. And gently letting your knees fall to the right side. Coming into fetal position for one full inhale. One full exhale. Then slowly begin to press your way up. Making your way back to tabletop. And setting up for deer pose on the other side. So planting your hands, curling those toes, send your knees up and then your hips back. Float that left leg. Then draw your left knee to your left wrist and your left ankle to your right. Release the toes and rock onto that left hip. Bend that right leg. Take a moment to square the hips. To square your shoulders. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, begin to walk your hands out. Maybe you come onto your forearms to start. Maybe you're a little bit more mobile tonight and your chest draws a little bit closer to that left leg. Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling on this side. Letting your body find rest. And maybe you slide a block underneath your forehead to add a little bit of support to your neck. Maybe you adjust that back leg by bending it a little bit more or softening it. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, can you walk your fingertips out a little bit further, challenging your edge on this side. Maybe your chest draws a little bit closer to that left leg. And taking note of your presence. Has your mind wandered or drifted or is a little bit distracted? Just letting that go. Drawing your attention back to your breath. Back to your inhales and your exhales. And notice maybe if you're carrying any tension in that left ankle or that right ankle. Can you soften your shoulders? Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, can you walk your fingertips out a little bit further, challenging that edge? Maybe allowing your chest to draw closer to that left leg. Maybe you've reached the maximum this evening. Trying to soften those shoulders. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to walk those hands up. Very nice. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Then take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, begin to walk over that left leg, maybe about 45 degrees. Take a full breath in. And then on the exhale, begin to walk your hands out. Maybe onto your forearms. And breathe into any sensations that you might be feeling on this side. Letting your breath soften those areas. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to walk those hands up. Then take a full breath in. And on the exhale, begin to draw that left leg forward and that right leg forward. Moving back into Shavasana, laying down on our backs. Allowing our palms to face up. Letting your body melt into the mat. And notice how this left side feels. As it begins to release and find rest. Allow those shoulders to soften. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, slowly draw those knees into your chest, giving them a gentle squeeze. Gently swaying a little bit to the right and to the left. And then let your knees gently fall to the right side, coming into fetal position. Take a full breath in and full breath out. And then slowly begin to press your way up, making your way this time to a seated position. And we're going to come into a nice forward fold. So you can slide a block underneath your hips if you're a little bit tight in the hamstrings. You can always have a slight bend in the knees as well. Maybe you add a cushion underneath your knees. And allow those toes to point. But take a deep inhale, reach those hands up. And then exhale, reach and fold. Inhale, drop your chest just for a moment. And then exhale, walk your fingertips out a little bit further. Challenging your edge. Allow your shoulders to soften. Try to remove tension from your neck. Breathing into any areas where you're feeling a little bit of sensation. Letting your breath ease those areas. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, can you walk your fingertips out a little bit further, challenging that edge. Take another deep inhale here. Exhale, can you walk your fingertips out a little bit further, challenging that edge a little bit more. Allow those shoulders to soften a little bit more. Removing any more tension from your neck. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale, very nice. Then slowly begin to walk your hands up. And then plant those feet onto the mat and slowly lower all the way down onto your back. And make sure your block is handy. We're going to come into supported bridge. Draw your heels as close to your glutes as possible. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Then on the next inhale, send those hips up and slide your block or cushion underneath your tailbone. Maybe you draw it up a little bit higher because it feels better there. Allow your palms to face up. Letting your hips settle into that block. Allow your shoulders to soften, removing tension from your neck. letting your body find rest. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then slowly shift those hips up. Slide that block out from underneath and then slowly let those hips lower down to the mat. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, letting that spine settle. Then draw the soles of your feet together, coming into reclined butterfly. Either drawing your feet closer to your glutes for a more intense sensation or drawing them away for a little bit less intensity. Allow those hips to open up and gravity to draw the knees to the floor. Draw your right hand onto your abdomen and your left hand onto your heart. Feel the rise and fall of your chest and abdomen. With every inhale and exhale, allow your shoulders to soften. And we'll move into a gentle breath exercise. So take a deep inhale together and a deep exhale. And on the next inhale, we'll inhale for 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll pause for 1. Then exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 1. Last round. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 1. Take a deep inhale together. Exhale it all out. Let your body return back to its normal rhythm of breath. And on the next inhale, draw your hands underneath your knees, gently helping them up. Draw your knees into your chest, giving them a nice big squeeze. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards. Circling your knees in one direction. Circle your knees in the opposite direction. Opening up to happy baby. Grab the outside of those feet. Open the knees nice and wide. Maybe you gently add a little bit of movement back and forward. A little bit of side to side. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, open up to Shavasana, legs as wide as the mats. Palms to face up. Letting your body melt into the mats. Taking this opportunity to let go. Letting your body find rest. Letting your mind find peace. Taking a few moments to scan over your body. Notice if you're carrying any tension anywhere. Sending your breath to those areas. Letting any tension dissolve. Letting your body fully relax. Taking note of any thoughts that might be rising up. Gently acknowledging them. Letting them continue to pass by. Drawing your attention back to your breath. Back to your inhales. And your exhales. Resting in this stillness. Letting yourself just be. And as you find rest, letting your body reap the rewards from your practice this evening. The benefits from all the postures sinking deep into your mind and into your body. On the next inhale, slowly begin to move those fingers. Gently moving those toes. Slowly waking up your body. Drawing your attention back to the room. Then on the next inhale, slowly begin to reach those arms up and overhead. Then grabbing one wrist and gently pulling it to one side of the room, feeling the stretch in that side body. Then release that wrist. Grab the other wrist and gently pull it to the opposite side. Release that wrist. Reach your hands to the very back of the room and your feet to the very front. On the next inhale, take a full body stretch. Exhale, let it all go. Then on the next inhale, slowly drawing that right knee into your chest. Giving it a nice big squeeze. Showing it some love. Gently adding a little bit of movement back to the right, to the left. Then release that right leg, drawing that left knee. Giving it a nice big squeeze. Showing it some love. Gently adding a little bit of movement back to the right and to the left. Draw that right knee back into your chest. Give them both a big squeeze. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards. Circling your knees in one direction. Circling your knees in the opposite direction. Then let your knees sway from the left to the right. Gently letting your knees fall to the right side or to the left side. Coming into fetal position. Offering breaths of gratitude. Grateful that you showed up on your mat. That you took time to connect with your body and your breath. Take a few moments to reflect on the intention you set at the beginning of practice. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Then on the next inhale, slowly begin to press your way up to a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed and drawing your hands to heart center. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. On the next inhale, draw a gentle smile to your face. Exhale it all out. Take a few moments to thank your body for all the hard work it did today. I thank you and I'm very humbled by your practice. Namaste. Thank you very much, guys. Josh is in the dark. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, George.
George is still muted.
Yeah.
There you go. Sorry, guys.
No, that's okay.
You scared me, Josh, coming out of the dark. I didn't know what to do.
It sure gets dark fast, doesn't it? Isn't that incredible?
Very sad.
Yeah.
I have confirmed that it must be around 67 degrees in this house because I had to put a sweater on. I had to put my blanket on for Shavasana. Fell asleep.
I told her she fell asleep. No heating, no. We're not heating.
Yeah. Not yet, anyways, right? So.
Yeah, we'll have to bundle up.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Great job. We held poses for a long time today. So
We sure did.
yeah, puppy pose was about 4.5 minutes. So that was the longest one we've held for that. Sphinx was almost 5.
Really?
Yeah, so 4.5 to 5 minutes. And then deer pose was 6. So we did like a lot of long poses.
Deer for 40
Excellent.
minutes.
Pardon?
I thought we did deer for 40 minutes.
Felt like it, Josh. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you guys feel though, like when you go into deer pose and then you switch after into Shavasana? Like, do you feel like your body release? Yeah.
Yeah, we need that.
And I can really notice a significant difference between one side and the other. My right side is incredibly tighter than my left side. And so when you go into Shavasana, it's incredible what happens then, because then it releases, but there's a big difference for me. Yeah. I love deer pose though. George isn't convinced I'm doing it correctly because it looks like I'm just flailed about. I'm completely at rest. I'll have to have you assess my pose.
She's too relaxed.
But what about forward fold? We held that one too. That one was a long one today too. It was 4 minutes. We don't normally hold that one that long, so.
Yeah, I have to bend my knees. Julie,
Yeah.
can you do a complete forward fold? Can she?
Oh, they're on mute. Josh is on mute.
Josh, we can't hear you now.
I'm intrigued. I want to know if Julie can. I bet you she can.
I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I could do a forward fold, except Saturday after my workout, and I come here, I'm so tight, I can't. But normally, just do the forward fold, like, only when I'm really, really tight, but I can't.
And you can go all the way down? Like you can just forward fold, right? I got to see it.
And touch the,
I'm amazed by that. I don't know why I can't just, I'm so flexible other ways, but that,
I couldn't years ago, like, it was just, right, as we do it more and more, then you lengthen those.
yeah, that's why I obviously have to work. Anyway.
You can also use a strap too. Like you can wrap a strap around your feet and start to pull like your hands down the strap. So that'll help too with like you go to the place where you feel heat and then you let it kind of soften and then you draw it a little bit closer. So that'll like help you to forward fold and stretch out the hamstrings because that's a lot of it is the hamstrings.
Yeah, they're tight.
I could feel the pain right now.
Yeah, they're tight.
But yeah.
Excellent once again, Mark. Man, that's
Well, we're
good.
gonna miss you, Mark. One more. Hey?
No. Yeah, so you guys weren't here, but I'm teaching 5 days a week up in Ottawa, so I won't be teaching any evening classes anymore or Saturday morning because I have to be up at the arena at 8:30 in the morning on Saturday. But I was saying we can do a Sunday class if you guys are up for a Sunday class every once in a while. So
4:30 in the morning, Mark?
we could do Saturday at like 4:30, like 5 o'clock in the morning, but I think you guys want to rest a little bit more on Saturday.
We're up.
Not on Saturday mornings,
No,
though.
I'm only kidding.
Mark, does that mean you might potentially move to Ottawa?
It may be
Look at that. He's already thinking about it.
I know, but it's so hard though because I don't have any mortgage on my house, right? So it's nice. Yeah. But
Yeah,
I don't.
Can you give us a quick recap then on the schedule? I missed it. I had something I had to finish there when you were discussing it when the class started.
Yeah, so the Gloucester Skating Club up in Ottawa offered me to coach like it's gonna be most likely probably 6 days a week, most likely 5 to 6, but it's all evening, so it starts at 4:30 and it ends at 8:30. So I won't be teaching for Marilyn anymore, except the morning classes on Monday morning is when she has me scheduled. So
you're Monday morning then?
Yeah, Monday morning at the church, I will be there. Yeah. So if you guys can that class.
She's setting up a camera?
I don't know if she's setting up a camera, but I'm also going to be taping some videos too for her so that she can also like promote, like send like emails out to all of our like email list. So
Yeah. Because like at Summit, what they do is they have a camera in the class.
but they have Wi-Fi, so the church doesn't have Wi-Fi. So that's why Summit works. So because they can connect to Wi-Fi.
Oh.
And they have an iPad that's like right in front of, like, so it's like you're teaching the class, but there's an iPad that's right in front of you, just watching you as you teach. So
It's like one of the students is an iPad, and then that thing transmits to everyone else.
yeah, so, but because the church doesn't have Wi-Fi, that would be not a possibility. Like if she did it at the hall, like the South Stormont Hall, she could do it because I think there's Wi-Fi there. But so
Well, we were doing yoga Thursday night there, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if she can get into the municipal center. Is that the question?
I just don't know, like if she does it that way, then she'll be able to like record the sessions. But if not, I don't know, like I don't know what her whole plan is. Like there's, I think, a couple that she's waiting
Mark,
for.
I missed this as well. So does this mean that Jillian will take all of your classes?
I don't think so. I think there's another person that she hired, but I don't know who it is. Like I don't know anything about. So, but
Okay.
Angie.
So
Maybe Angie's coming back, Josh.
I do Angie's class. Right now, I do Angie's class on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. So I do
Virtual.
like
Virtual.
yeah, basically she's streaming from that iPad that Mark's talking about. So Monday and Sunday are the only days that I don't do yoga. So like I do Tuesday with Mark, I do Wednesday with Angie, Thursday with Mark, Friday with Angie. No, sorry, hang on. No, sorry, Tuesdays with Mark, but with Marilyn. So I do Tuesday with Mark with under Marilyn. Wednesday is Angie with Summit. And then Thursday is Mark on his own. Friday is Angie with Summit. Saturday has been Mark on his own, and then I don't do anything Sunday or Monday. So Monday, then I'll have a class with you on Monday.
Monday morning, yeah.
Yeah, with Marilyn.
I have one with Marilyn, and I think she's getting me into Summit too at 11. So
On Monday as well.
on Monday, yeah, Monday morning.
Okay, well, that works. Yeah, because I'll from what I understand, I'll still be able to keep Angie. So that gives me 2 days. I've got another day with you, and then if you got, like, are you guys interested in Sundays? Like, does that work for you guys?
Yeah.
Like,
We would.
are you? When do you go to? Do you do virtual church, George? Or?
Well, our church is not. Well, we're starting in September, but we're not sure. Yeah, I don't know how our church is going to go for the next little while. We're going to do our first service in September, but after that, not sure.
But typically the service is from 10 to 11. So we could do earlier or we could do later.
Okay, because like church is great. Like you could stream church, right? Like you could set up an iPad that faces the pulpit, and you get the same. Like it depends on the experience that you're looking for when you go to church. Like if you're going
The
to church,
Fellowship of the Saints.
yeah. If you want to mingle with people, well then there's no substitution for that. But if you're looking to, that's one way to do it as well.
Yeah, we were doing. Our minister's no longer with us. We were doing church on
Virtually,
but we need to get back together as our family church family. But going forward, we don't know how that's going to run because we don't have a minister right now.
Oh yeah, that makes a difference.
He retired, sort of.
Yep.
Interesting times ahead.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We're not comfortable going to any in-person classes this year. We
No.
want until next year before we start doing anything in person. So, like I said, Marilyn is making sure that she's offering virtual equivalent of some sort.
I tend to agree. Because that's when you're really expanding your pod. You have no way of knowing who's going to those classes and who's using the equipment and who's in those halls. Like I totally understand.
Like this works for me.
Yeah. Well, we've enjoyed it.
We've enjoyed it a lot,
Thoroughly.
for sure.
Yeah.
I can do classes during the day now. That wasn't practical before. Right, because it wasn't practical for me to leave my office and go to a yoga class. Well, now I can do a class any day, anytime, any day.
Yeah.
Just walk upstairs.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really cool.
that's cool.
I
It
know.
is.
Jill wrote, you have kept us connected during
Yeah,
this week where we're
we
not
did.
able to run, walk, and do our normal activities, which is so true, right? Like,
Yeah, it's true.
yeah.
Well, listen, Mark, we'll see you on Saturday, but I'm really excited for you and what this means for your future. This is really cool.
Oh, thank you.
And you know what? I'll be the one watching CTV News or CTV Sports, and you better be there on the sidelines, man.
When they sit down waiting for their
When they
score.
win the gold medal and they jump into their coach's arms. There you go.
Yeah,
That is
exactly.
awesome.
It
But
is
it's a
really
lot of-
amazing.
What's that, Josh?
The way you're describing it, Mark, it's definitely it's a lot. It's intensive work. Those guys go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, Mark? Julia's always wanted, her dream as a physiotherapist is to follow an Olympic team.
Ah, so maybe.
Keep her in mind.
Someday, hey, Mark, someday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Neato.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's great.
Well, have a great evening, guys, and I'll
You
see you
too.
on Saturday morning.
We
Will
sure
do.
will. Thanks,
Okay.
Mark. Take care, guys.
Bye,
eh?
guys.
All right. See you
Good
later.
night. Bye.
Good night.
Thanks.